specifically Domino's pizza.
Pizza and face rug. Name a better combo.
I just hit my head. Ow. I'm not gonna pretend and say that it didn't hurt, but it did.
Okay, so real quick, I did just look at that footage after grabbing dinner. I that always happens. I should probably say what I'm thinking first. I am out of frame, as you can tell, this entire first part of the video. And that always happens when I film with an iPhone. Don't know why, but whenever I set it up perfectly, I thought I did at least. I didn't think about the fact that I sit higher than the actual top of the van. So when sitting in the bed from the outside, because that's the first time I've actually ever sat like that, which was really comfortable. You know, I've had a nice, I do want to get a, you know, not tarp, what's the word I'm looking for? One of those pull-out roof awnings, that's the word. I do want to get an awning, but obviously I want to go further back. But like Leah and Levi, they do this.
Welcome to our 2012 Toyota Prius camper conversion tour. And this tent on the back is the Napier Sports Cove. And this is what we sleep in when we are in designated campgrounds so that we can get a bit more ventilation.
So we've got it down to a fine science. We can do this in less than 5 minutes. So really you just lift it over the top and these straps come around and strap onto the front of the car there to keep this nice and tight. And then it straps onto the wheel well and then around the bottom so that this is the whole awning that we can see out of when we're in the back of the car.
Okay, so hey guys, Titan Nomad here. Welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to discuss with you my least favorite thing about my van build. I don't think I've done a video on this before, but in case I did, just please still watch. So my least favorite thing about my build is my bed. So my bed took a lot of like ingenuity and everything. I really just don't like about my bed is that, as you can see, it takes up the width of the back of the van. So it really limits the way I can use the space back here, which it's kind of a trade-off. I really wanted to be comfortable while I was sleeping in the bed. So there wasn't any, there was no way I was going to be able to compromise on that. So yeah, and that just leaves me with, should I or should I not reduce the bed to 3/4 of its current size, so about like here, so I could put like the fridge, the jackery, and you know, dot like on this side, or reduce it to half, and I could have like cabinets and like leg space.
I also forgot to mention in this first clip of the video that the other reason why I want to cut the bed in half is because I want to share space with the dog, and it's going to be a tiny dog, but I have plans, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, all right, let's get back into the video.
But me being such a big person, I don't see myself being able to live in here with just half the bed space. So it's kind of just a conundrum trying to get back in the frame here. Pretty sure you can see the entire trunk anyway, but so yeah, it's like, should I do that? Should I just cut the bed in half? But then that also would require me to build a hardwood floor out for the rest of the van. So I'll show you some clips and images of the partial hardwood floor I did, but I'm not sure if most of you know this, but when you look at most traditional like camper vans, giant cargo van conversions, their floor is usually straight like this, but for a minivan, it's like that. So it's like straight and then it curves up and then it's straight still. But it's not even. So under my bed, I had to put 2x4s, like stacked two, so the bed could be the same height going across the entire van. Like that's something that I've always had to deal with, regardless of me having the hardwood floor. But I'll say the hardwood floor definitely helped with that because it gave it more, made it a bit more even, but it wasn't perfect. Also, sorry if you can't hear me. I'm trying something new since my whole microphone camera problem, but I'm filming today on my phone, my iPhone 14 Pro Max. Yeah, that, whatever the actual name is. So I have my Rode Wireless Go 2 plugged into my iPhone via that very special white lightning audio dongle, and I looked up a video on YouTube first to make sure it would work, and it said I needed a 3-ring TRS, maybe not TRS, but I'll show you an image with the name on it. But yeah, I made sure I had everything that I needed, and thankfully my Beats cable has the 3 rings, because the original cable that comes with it only has 2. I'm also going to try that in my what's it called? My Insta360 1RS to see if maybe that will help or fix my problem. I'm not sure. Because now that I think about it, when I feel like before when I was using the Rode video mic, that I might have been using this cable. It was working fine. So I compared the video mic cable that it came with that I used, and they're exactly the same between the Rode mic, wireless Rode mic Go 2 and the Rode video mic. So I'm not sure. This video wasn't really meant to be talking about this topic. And if you're wondering why you've been seeing more of me lately, it's because I'm trying to get to at least 50 videos in my first year. And my first year ends on May 17th of being on YouTube. So I was planning for it to be more like in the 100 range, but since I went like 6 months without posting any content at all, that's clearly not the case. And I only, like, my main posting schedule is about 1 video per week. And of course just like 4 to 5 weeks per month. So 5 times 12, that's 60. So about 60 videos total. Yeah, that makes sense. So I would have had 100. It would have been more like 60, but like other YouTubers post like 3 videos a week, and I'm just like, I don't know how you have the time for that. And since I don't really post vlog style yet, since I'm not traveling as much, it really limits, because I have to have an idea before I make a video. So, and then obviously when you're traveling and you're vlogging, you know, it's a lot more, it just flows differently. Like, you don't have to have a topic. So I'd be like, okay, so for this week's video I need to talk about this, and you know, all of that. So yeah, the thing I dislike the most about my current build would have to be my bed. So while I've got you guys here, I was gonna make a separate video on this, or maybe I'll just do a separate one when it's done, but I'm ready to start framing out the window. As most of you know, when I went to Michigan, my window fell off. Well guys, this has to end. This is on a bad note. Yeah, my back window just decided to fall out. It shattered everywhere. I know it was loose and falling out, but I was gonna wait to put tape on it when I got back. But yeah. And I replaced it with tape that is kind of sticking up. But yeah, so there's tape, insulation board, more tape on the other side. But what I wanted to try to do is build like a wooden like frame around the window. So I would have to put wood in the tracks here, and this door wouldn't be able to open anymore, which I'm totally okay with, because as you know, on the other side of that door I have my 3-row storage organizer, and yeah, I just got a lot going on the other side of that door, so I don't ever go out in or out of it. So it's my goal and plan right now to get the like first part of that done. I'm gonna try to measure up the boards to that right now, and my biggest worry is that since it's, you know, not like even like at all and it's very curvy, that this is going to be harder than I think it is. So yeah, we're going to give that a go, and I'm not going to like attach anything right now because it's going to rain tomorrow. There's no point in me doing all of that work just for it to be washed off, because I need to use like construction adhesive and stuff like that, and that takes like a day to dry. So I'll wait till the day after that to do that. But right now I'm just gonna see if this works. And filming this is gonna be a bit weird because I don't want to like put my phone on a tripod in the middle of the road, since this is facing the wrong side of my storage unit. So I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what we're working with. I bought these at Home Depot. No, I do not know the measurement. I was kind of just winging it. They were already weather shielded, and I just spray painted them black. But basically, what I'm trying to do is, okay, yeah, see, that's too wide. This is pretty much what I'm going for. Just stick that on there. Wow, it's not even long enough either. This is all just about personal protection. I don't really care that the window's not there anymore. I could care less. It didn't really affect the temperature in there the way that I put it together. But basically what I'd do is I'd put this here. I have other strips to go up longwise that are wider, so I can screw into them, and then one up here. So I think it can work. If I can get these to be far enough out that I can do it flat, that'd be great. And then I'll worry about everywhere else later, but this comes out quite a bit. I don't want it to be wider than that. But then there's like this corner, because this is not actually as long as I thought it would be. It's not long enough. It's just a hair too short, but I've got that engineering brain and I can figure it out. These are the rest of the pieces. These are the wider ones I was telling you about. I shouldn't have touched that. I sprayed these with polyurethane earlier. I spray painted them. They're drying. This will be the main board that goes across the window. So yeah, I have 3 of those wide pieces, because I really just took one long stud and cut them into thirds, which now I'm realizing I should have just, it was so they could fit, they weren't not gonna fit, oh yeah, no, I had my spark when I had done this, so they would not have fit in my car if they were any longer. But I should have really just cut those in half, because I just gotta stop touching that. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure those are long enough, because they're going lengthwise, not width. But yeah, nothing to fuss about now. I'm not gonna go get more wood and waste another like can of spray paint, so just gonna leave that at that. Sorry about my hair. It's a battle. I can't wash it. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I can't wash my hair for a month after doing what I did, and I get bad dandruff, especially at the change of the seasons. It's gross. I hate having dandruff. So that's my one personal flaw that I'd love to change. I'd love to like take the remaining little bit of this and touch up the roof deck. All my clothes that I had in here fell over and the bags tore when I moved storage units, so that's why you're not looking at the floor right now in my storage unit. But yeah, so the wood's held up nicely, you know, even with all the storms and the wind and stuff. I don't know how those solar panels are looking, but I guess I'm about to find out when I watch this footage later. But yeah, I plan on putting 2 more in the back there and getting another Jackery 1000 or 1500. But yeah, so you can see that the paint is kind of like chipping away. Like, yeah, it's chipping away. But honestly, it's not too bad. Yeah, this is an ugly mess under here. I didn't really expect it to all squeeze out when I put it on there, but hey, it's held together. I've had this roof deck up for almost a year now. Well, maybe not almost a year, maybe like half a year. Yeah, that makes more sense. It's been about half a year, and it's still up there. It's held up way better than I ever anticipated. You know, you can see that there are some places I forgot to paint. Or maybe, well, yeah, it was because I was cutting these ones. I cut them, and I didn't think about the fact that I needed to paint those, and I didn't feel like waiting more days to wait for those to dry. So I was just like, forget it. And they're weather shielded, so I didn't like need to spray them with polyurethane or anything. But yeah, that's the roof deck. Still looking perfect. And no, if you didn't watch that 45-minute video of me putting that together, I did not build this with the intention of ever getting on top of it. Never. That is not me. I know a lot of people build a roof deck with the intentions of doing that, but I did this because I wanted a roof rack, but I didn't find any that I liked that was the full roof size of the van, that could store solar panels and maybe in the future a cargo box. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. I'll do a formal video on when I fix that window, and the van will be facing the other direction. If you're new here, please consider I'm so bad at that. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel, dropping a like and a comment. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.